Chef Michael Johnson every week here on Off the Bench. We started this during quarantine, one of the segments that has lasted and really gotten great feedback from the listeners. We answer your food questions every week. All you have to do is drop the hashtag Munchies inside the huddle, or if you're watching on Facebook Live. I don't know, Danny, are you on? Can you see what's happening on Facebook Live?
I have it pulled up.
If we want to monitor the what's happening there in the questions, anything comes over for Chef, we'll make sure and get it on air here. Hashtag
I got
Munchies.
him. I got it. Don't worry.
Chef, good morning. How are you?
I'm well, guys.
Another week of quarantine. It kind of feels like things are starting to get towards back some sense of normalcy. How's it feeling over in the building over there?
The building's good. You know, we've maintained it. I actually had a little scare last week and had to go get tested a couple times to make sure that I could go back to work. But you know, that's for safety reasons. We treat ourselves as healthcare workers, and so you know, it was an eyes-opening experience. But we're smiling and going about our business.
How has this process been? I know that we've talked to you every single week here, and you've had like international students, you've had some students saying, but now that the semester officially is starting to come down to the end here, how has the interaction every day been with the student athletes?
You know, they're all in good spirits. We are going to close down for about 3 weeks for the summer session to allow it to begin. But everybody's in good spirits. You know, I think there's just some frustrations with, you know, wanting to get back to normal. I think everybody's kind of feeling that way, but I think everybody is in good spirits, and they all feel the same way.
All right, let's get into these munchie questions, Chef. I'm just going to go down the list here. Hashtag Munchies. What food/ingredient does Chef hate? For instance, Ferran Adria hates bell pepper.
You know, I have this pet peeve about cinnamon because I think that people misuse cinnamon so much, and it's awful. Like, cinnamon is meant to be used like nutmeg and not to be used like salt. And I think that there's something really special about somebody who understands that.
Like, if you want to get the chef's heart, just be like, man, I hate over applying cinnamon.
Chef, the huddle, the listeners are making fun of the way that I say the word naked. Is it naked? Naked? Are there any foods that taste better when you're naked? Naked.
I think all food tastes better when you're naked, right?
Hey, yes. Primal. Back to our origins. Hashtag Munchies. Favorite style of pizza? Detroit, NYC, Neapolitan, California, Sicilian, Chicagoan? What you got?
Yeah, I like Neapolitan. I like the little burnt crust, thin crust.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's something about it.
Hashtag Munchies. What's the key to a good Parmesan, either chicken or eggplant?
Well, I don't like eggplant at all. I mean, I will tolerate eggplant, but if I'm going Parmesan, it's going to have chicken in it.
How are you feeling about that, Jordy? Feel like eggplant's an Italian staple.
It is. What's the rub with eggplant?
You know, I don't know. If you have a chicken or an eggplant in front of me, I'm going to go for the chicken, I guess.
Look, how about you come talk to us after the show, Chef? Okay, we'll talk about this eggplant.
Hashtag Munchies. Chef, what's your favorite pasta dish?
A matriciana. A little matriciana. It's got like, oh goodness, I forget it's got like a cured bacon in it.
Oh.
It's a tomato based dish with, like, you can put it over rigatoni, but it's got a little pork fat in it. It's wonderful. A matriciana.
Okay, next time I go to like a legit Italian place, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah.
Hashtag Munchies. Chef Michael Johnson. Favorite ice cream flavors and toppings?
Well, you know, I think we discussed this before, but I'm a Chunky Monkey guy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I don't need any toppings on it at all. I just like Chunky Monkey.
Hashtag Munchies. Chef, have you ever Cajun microwaved a pig?
I have, when I was in culinary school, and it was an interesting experience. But I like to dig a hole in the ground and cook a pig better that way. It's a lot more romantic, I guess.
So help me out. What is the Cajun microwave?
Cajun microwave is like a device that stands up, kind of like a grill does, and you put the pig inside of it, and then you put the heat on the top, and it cooks like an oven from the top, though.
And then, so when you dig a hole in the ground, what do you do? Like fill it with coals and then cover it, or do you cover it in like leaves first, then fill it with coals? Like, what's the process there?
Yeah, it's kind of elaborate. I mean, you need some rocks. You need a hot fire. you wire the pig to like a screen,
Yeah.
and put it down, and then you cover it with either banana leaves they're nice and green, or like a wet cloth that's going to help steam it, and then you cover it and you let it cook for, I don't know, 18 to 20 hours.
Oh my God, that sounds amazing.
Hashtag Munchies. Chef, what's the correct prep time for a steak? Like, how much time should you spend with the steak soaking before you put it on the grill?
You know, the thing about grilling a steak is you don't want to take it cold from the refrigerator to the grill. You want to let it sit out and rest for a little while, and you want to rub the. I only use kosher salt and black pepper.
Yeah.
I put the kosher salt and black pepper on as soon as I pull it out of the refrigerator. So I let it rest there so that the salt and pepper soak in a little bit. I think that could take up to 35 or 45 minutes until the steak comes up to like a room temperature, and then you put it on the grill.
And what temperature are you looking to grill that steak at? I mean, I know times and everything will vary with the size, but let's say you got like a bone-in ribeye. Like, what's the process there?
You know, if it's a couple inches thick, it's 2 minutes on each side. I don't know. I think your grill needs to be between 500 and 600 degrees. Some backyard grills don't get that hot, but
yeah,
you know, I'm spoiled with having the devices that I have at work. So if it's 450 or 500 degrees, somewhere in there, you're looking for the nice dark marks. And I put the steak on for 2 minutes and then turn it over and then cook it on that side for 2 minutes. A lot of people like to cook the same side for too long, and it'll make the steak kind of bend up like a baseball glove, if you will.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I've done that by accident.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
No.
Eric Taylor inside the huddle. Hashtag Munchies. Chef, if you were stuck on a lifeboat and had an unlimited supply of a single food to sustain you, what would it be?
Oh my gosh, that's tough.
Monkey.
I don't know. It would probably be like asparagus or something like that. I
What?
like green foods.
What?
I know it's weird.
Speaking of
Out of
green
everything,
foods,
he just loves the pea.
Speaking of green foods, this goes right into our next one. Charles Reese wants to know, hashtag Munchies. Chef Michael, I've got some fresh green beans growing in the backyard. What's a good way to make a dish that highlights them?
You know, my favorite way of preparing green beans is to highlight them just by doing exactly that. And that's the, rub them with a little olive oil, put a little kosher salt on them. Maybe steam them for a touch to soften them up, and then put them over a fire and kind of roast them a little bit.
It's too early for this for a big guy. Patrick Jonah Berman in the Facebook chat, hashtag Munchies, best odd sandwich ingredient, example, Doritos.
I've actually put olives on my sandwich before. I like Italian olives, and marinated in some olive oil, and I put olives on my sandwich.
Chef, I love olive oil. Can't get enough of it. I hate olives, dude.
What?
Yeah, don't like muffaladas.
See yourself out of the studio.
Gosh,
I know. I'm sorry, boys.
Get the
I'm
hell
sorry.
out of
I thought
here.
this was a safe place. Thought we were all friends.
Chef, I have substituted cabbage for lettuce on my sandwich here lately, and I can't go back.
Yeah, that's nothing wrong with that. I like cabbage. I like bok choy. I like Chinese and Japanese cabbage too. You should try some of that.
Wait, can you help me? Why is butter lettuce so much better than normal lettuce? Like for burgers and sandwiches, like how is butter lettuce so delicious?
Well, first of all, iceberg lettuce is basically chlorophyll and water. There's nothing special. There's nothing special about it. So butter lettuce, it's a hybrid grown variety, and it has more nutrient in it. And it also has more structure. It's soft and delicate, and I don't know. It tastes better to me.
Damn, so butter lettuce is also better for you? That's incredible.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Yep.
Brandon English, hashtag Munchies. Should cheese be frozen if you're stuffing it with something? I stuff my jambalaya egg rolls with pepper jack cheese. Damn. And then he says, wasn't sure the best way. So should cheese be frozen if you're stuffing it with something?
Cheese can be frozen. I guess it just depends on what kind of cheese it is. Like I wouldn't freeze it free, but hard cheeses like Parmesan, they can freeze. And if you're frying it, there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you're treating it right.
Might put you on the spot here. Hashtag Munchies. Which LSU football player eats the most? Is that too broad? Is that a bad question on the way out?
Well, there's a few of them that have surprised me. Richard could put some food back, but he burns a lot. He burns a lot of energy. There's a few of those guys that on the O line and the D line that they're impressive.
Is there a most surprising skill player that you're like, my God? I mean, you don't look like you eat this much.
Ray Thornton actually eats really healthy, and he's
Wow.
one of my favorite guys because he's really open-minded to eating new foods, and I really enjoy having conversations with him because he's open to eating and trying new foods.
Chef, did you pick up a bike?
I did. It's it's got some work to be done.
Doesn't sound like you like the purchase. I scooped you on that Gary Fisher. I got there 10
There
minutes
you
earlier.
did too, yeah. Man, I thought I had it.
Wait, what? Like a bicycle?
Yeah,
bike?
we both went to Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, nice job.
Yes.
Nice work.
Uh,
I think I got
Yeah.
2 free pillows from like a Facebook mom group yesterday or something.
I got a rusty chain and some bad brakes.
Chef, great segment this week. We'll talk to you next Thursday.
Thanks, fellas. Take care.
There he is, Chef Michael Johnson.